Why the Gaza truce is on shaky ground, and how the US is racing to fix it. Hook. A ceasefire between Hamas and Gaza Strip for the first time in years. But just days in, violence flared again. Now the United States has mobilized top envoys and diplomats to keep the deal alive. What's at stake, and can it hold? Let's break it down. Section 1. Background. What led to the truce? Brief recap. 2 years of conflict between Israel and Hamas, cover key events at a high level. Introduction of the recent truce brokered via the US, part of Donald Trump's 20-step peace plan, and how it was meant to work. The key components: hostages, prisoner exchange, Israeli troop redeployment, humanitarian aid flows, future governance of Gaza. Why this matters globally and regionally: humanitarian crisis, regional stability, the role of other Arab states. Section 2. The flare-up and why the truce is shaken. Describe the weekend surge in violence. A Palestinian attack killed 2 Israeli soldiers. Israel retaliated with strikes, killing at least 28 people in Gaza. The yellow line demarcation issue. Confusion among Gaza residents about where Israeli forces are meant to withdraw. Aid and border crossing issues, e.g., the Rafah crossing with Egypt remaining closed to movement of people despite aid being allowed. The distrust on both sides, Hamas resistance to disarmament, Israel demanding stronger guarantees, civilians worried the ceasefire might collapse. Section 3. U.S. diplomatic push. What's happening? Key U.S. envoys. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner meet with Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu on October 20th to try to stabilize the truce. The U.S. plans, pushing into the next phase of the ceasefire plan, which involves disarmament of Hamas, further Israeli withdrawals, and formation of a technocratic body to govern Gaza. Vice President J.D. Vance said to visit Israel during this process. The U.S. also is coordinating with Egypt, Qatar and other regional players to mediate. Section 4. The core issues, why it's so fragile. Disarmament. Hamas rejects giving up arms. Israel views this as non-negotiable. Governance of Gaza. The U.S., others propose a technocratic body excluding Hamas. Hamas rejects foreign governance. Clarification of withdrawal lines. The yellow line, confusion undermines trust among Gazans. Humanitarian access and livelihoods. Civilians still face insecurity, unclear demarcation, aid bottlenecks. Risk of renewed violence. Both sides have already accused each other of violations. Any major incident could unravel the truce. Section 5. What's at stake? Why this matters for Pakistan, region and the world. Regional domino. A collapse could reignite full-scale war in the Middle East, affect neighboring states, Egypt, Lebanon, Iran, Gulf states. Humanitarian cost. Gaza civilians face destruction, displacement, food insecurity. A truce helps reduce that. Geopolitical shaping. U.S. involvement signals its role in Middle East diplomacy. Arab states like Egypt, Turkey, Qatar are adjusting their influence. For Pakistan and South Asia, public sentiment is strong around Palestinian issue, coverage of Pakistan's reaction, diplomatic posture. Energy and trade implications. Increased Middle East instability can affect oil, gas flows, shipping lanes, refugee flows. Strategic image. Pakistan's foreign policy may navigate alliances, Muslim-majority states, US, China, around this. Global security. A lasting truce could set a template for conflict resolution. Failure may embolden other militant groups. Section 6. What happens next? Possible scenarios. Scenario A. The truce holds and advances. Hamas begins to disarm or cede control gradually. Right-pointing arrow. Israel continues withdrawal. Right-pointing arrow. Humanitarian reconstruction begins. Right-pointing arrow. Modest stability for Gaza. U.S. partners form International Stabilization Force or Coordination Center, e.g., Civil Military Coordination Center, to monitor. Scenario B. The truce collapses. A major attack or violation triggers hostilities again. Right-pointing arrow. Israel resumes full offensive. Right-pointing arrow. Humanitarian catastrophe deepens. Right-pointing arrow. Regional escalation. Hezbollah, Israel, Iran involvement. U.S. diplomatic credibility takes hit, regional actors take alternative paths. Scenario C, stalemate, frozen conflict. Neither side advances significantly. Right-pointing arrow. Ceasefire holds but without real progress. Right-pointing arrow. Gaza remains devastated, slow rebuild, frequent skirmishes continue. International aid trickles, larger governance, resolution stalled. Key factors to watch in coming weeks. Rate of hostage body returns, signals goodwill. Israeli troop movements and marking of withdrawal lines. Hamas statements on arms, disarmament. Border crossing openings, Rafah, and humanitarian convoy flows. U.S., Egypt, Qatar mediation meetings and public statements. Conclusion: the ceasefire in Gaza, brokered with heavy U.S. involvement, may mark a turning point, but it remains fragile. With violence already resurfacing and crucial issues unresolved, the next few weeks will test whether diplomacy can keep up with the pressures of war. Whether you're watching from Islamabad, or anywhere in the world, what happens in Gaza does reach far beyond its borders. Stay tuned, stay informed, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this breakdown useful.